Hello and welcome. You're watching Money, Money, Money. I'm Samira Abdi. Getting married is often one of the biggest decisions of our lives, and still, we often get blindsided when preparing to get married. The big, fat Indian wedding takes up all our mind space, leaving little time to prepare for marriage. But there are some crucial factors you must consider and some which you just cannot afford to ignore. Financially preparing to get married is often as important as the wedding itself. Gaurav Mashruwala, a certified financial planner, is going to be our guide today, and one of our viewers, Kalpesh, is also who would be getting married, I'm sure, in the near future, is here for his wedding planning 101. Hi gentlemen, thanks very much for joining in. Gaurav, we've spoken a lot about what it means to be financially prepared when you're getting married. What exactly does it entail? Is it just budgeting to get married, or your income flow, or is there more to it?
So there's much more to it, because Sumira, what's happening is it's no more a patriotic kind of family. So we had a patriarch of the house, only earning member and everybody. Now we have husband, wife both earning, or you could have the father and mother earning and the son is getting married and he is earning as well. So it's important about the state of affairs. Are there any dependents? Is there any kind of liability? What kind of income flow is likely to happen? All these things needs to be discussed, because many times we have seen that unintentionally these things are not discussed, and suddenly after marriage spouse realizes or family realizes, oh, she had education loan, or he has parents who are going to be dependent on the salary. So while I know his salary, but there's going to be somebody else who's as well, and it's not that she doesn't like it or he's against it. It just, it comes as a bit of mistrust sometimes. Sometimes it's like she's careless or he's careless. And that's not a great idea. So you need to discuss that as well. When couples discuss everything nowadays, because we are educated, we are literate, so we are looking at family life, social life, personal life. Why not a financial life?
But so that's right. I take your point that it should no longer be considered distasteful to actually discuss your finances before you get married. But is it more from the point of view of safeguarding your finances, or is it more from the point of view of aligning your finances together?
So for me, it's more holistic, saying that it's a more trust. So now that we are going to be one, if everything about each other is known, why not even this aspect? So, and then I don't think safeguarding, because when it comes to safeguarding, there is a feeling that, I want to protect myself from her or from him. And then you don't get married at all, because if you don't trust that person. Here it's more like, as you said, aligning, but it's like we're going to be walking together, and let there be transparency, let there be facts known.
All right, so at the onset, let's just then clear off the fact that we're not talking about a prenup over here. What we're talking about is basically aligning your finances so that once you're married, you don't have any hiccups along the way. Go ahead, Kalpesh.
Okay, see, I'm single at the moment, and I like going out with my friends, partying a lot, going out for movies and everything, like restaurants and all. So I hardly save money. But what if I'll get the spouse who likes to save and everything, and she's completely opposite of me, then how I'll manage?
Here it is. You will anyway start saving, because the moment you're married, you will start feeling responsible. Not that I'm saying you're irresponsible right now, but that feeling will start coming in automatically. Your concern about whether I'll be able to party or whether I'll be able to blow up money or whatever. Kalpesh, trust me, once you get married and you discuss certain things with your spouse, few responsibilities come on along with that. Then you may decide that we have to buy a house, or we have dependent parents or whatever, and you will automatically start doing it. Now, if you reaches a stage where you're still not able to, then come to consensus. Decide, do some kind of budgeting. Though I feel that before marriage, too much of number crunching is not needed. But if you feel that maybe after marriage, just decide that we want to set aside every month, say X amount of money for splurging, and rest we will save or whatever. So it's not that difficult. I can understand the anxiety that you're going through, but it's not a rocket science, or it's not some big Excel spreadsheet that you will have to do, or you'll not have to curtail whatever you're doing just because you're getting married. I mean, don't defer your marriage because you can't party.
No,
But you know, that's right. You know, in fact, this is a concern that a lot of people have, is that how do they broadly align their life's goals? You know, two people may have very different goals. One may, like you said, you know, want to buy a house. One may want to buy a car. For them, these may be different life's goals. So before you get married, how important is it to even align the kind of goals that you have for your future?
So, it's going to be difficult, and it's actually not possible that both husband and wife have exactly same set of goals. It's just not possible. I mean, so many years of my career, we have never seen that. But obviously, they can come to consensus. They can prioritize things. They can look at each other. So, yes, while I said no number crunching, some kind of discussion about income. Do you have dependents? Do you have any kind of loan? I mean, have you had any past record of not paying on time? If you made investments, what's happening with that? What are the priorities that we should have? Some kind of discussion about that should also take place, and where discussion about what are the joint responsibilities. In fact, after marriage, there are no your responsibility, my responsibility. It's our responsibilities and our dreams. And the moment you start thinking in those lines, things will fall in place. The reason it doesn't fall in place more often than not is because discussion don't happen.
But you know, I want to pick up on two of the things that you spoke about, because I often also get queries in the same regard. One is that a lot of younger people who get married would have some sort of education loans, okay? So how do you tackle old debt as well as the new debt you might be acquiring to, you know, fulfill some of your financial aspirations? And the second thing is this talk about dependence. How important is it for people who are about to be getting married or engaged to know the kind of financial dependency there is on the spouse?
So both are responsibilities and both are liabilities, and after marriage it will go on to become a joint responsibility and a joint liability. While logically, and just to kind of put it in box kind of system, you may say from your salary take care of your requirements and my salary my requirements, but in reality, if you look at it, it's our salary and our responsibilities. So let's look at first the loans, and it's very, very important that that's disclosed, because education loan, outstanding on credit card, you may have bought a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler on a loan. There could be a house that you bought, and there are loans on that. So first and foremost, please disclose, and there are no lapses. So many times it's not intentional, but even unintentional lapses on these can cause a kind of irritation and upset, and sometimes it just gets deep-rooted. So please disclose that on that financial date, or whenever you get an appropriate opportunity, saying, look, these are the liabilities that I have. How to dissolve that, how to get out of it, could be then a joint decision, saying that will you continue to pay or will I continue to pay. That's number one. Number two, you spoke about, you know, dependent parents or husband or wife saying, no, but you know, I have a younger brother, I may have to take care of his education, or I may have to take care of her marriage or whatever. Or wife saying that, look, I'm the only child and my parents, while they're independent, but if there's a critical illness, I may have to fund. And disclose that. Let that thing be known. Whatever is known to you and whatever is probably likely to happen, disclose. There'll be still lot many things which you don't know, which will come up. And just deal with that. But things which could have been known, share that.
Let's take a break on that note. We'll come back in just a bit. We've discussed a lot about what you can do before you get married. When we come back, we'll try and help you with some important financial decisions you need to take once you're married. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a bit.